Alright, good day people, and welcome to Virginia Cooperative Extension Master Gardener program. We're here to show you how to build a water barrel. My name's James Gallant, and along with me as my building partner, Janine Gallant. And we're both Master Gardeners here in Hampton. And welcome, and I'm going to turn over to my daughter, Janine.
Hi, so today we're making a rain barrel for two main reasons. One, help prevent runoff. Less runoff means less algal blooms, which means more fish. But also it makes it we can lower your water bill and easily water your gardens. We're using a 55 or 60 gallon
We're
today.
using a 60 gallon. They come anywhere between 55 and 70 gallons water barrels. The 70 being blue, black is normal. These are the standard most people use. And so as the camera's going, you probably see some water barrels in the background. I love them and I save water doing it, and we're here to hope that you will do the same and save yourself some money doing it and having some fun. Moving on, the first thing I want to talk about is the tools you need. It might vary on what you have for a kit that you buy. So just to go over some of the tools, you'll need maybe a hacksaw, you need adjustable wrench or a pipe wrench if you have that. This is also a plumber's wrench, a ruler, a scribe, scissors, and some drills. It all depends what you have at home, and of course a drill to do your work. Now if you don't have all these tools, you can use a protractor and a compass and a ruler to draw your circle, make your circle around to the size holes you're going to use. Now
You can also use a 5-inch pot for what we're doing.
And for this exercise and for this water barrel, we bought a kit, and with that kit we're going to use certain tools. We're going to use a 5-inch hole saw for the lid. That's going to get a screen, which we made from a kit. Right, this is just a piece of plastic from
Gutter
guard, and it comes off of this piece right here, as you can see, and we just cut it to size. So it's very easy to do and very cheap. You can get them at your local hardware stores. So we're going to start with our 5-inch hole saw, because that's what we determined, so the mesh will cover to keep the debris out of the water barrel that comes off your gutter. And we have our kit over here, various sizes, and we're going to be using 2 different size hole saw kits to do the work. And so with that said, remember, safety is always paramount when you're doing any type of work. You want to make sure the barrel's secured, the top's secured. We put it in place. It tends to keep it in place. So we put the ring on it. That way it won't pop up on you if the hole saw catches on you. So remember safety, and if you have safety glasses, wear them. That way you don't get anything in your eyes. Okay, so we're going to start. We're going to load up the drill. Okay.
So yeah, this is where if you don't have the hole saw, you can substitute making your hole with the pot and the hacksaw.
Right, you can drill various holes around your circle you made, and then just cut to each hole, and then you'll get your same hole. The center you don't have to worry about. It's not worried whether you're in the center or you're not, because the water is going to go into the barrel one way or the other. It all depends on where you put your drain. When you're using a big hole saw like this, you're going to have to move it around because it will get hot and it will try to stick. So you want to keep moving your okay, all done there. All right, now that we're done with the lid, we're going to go ahead and we're going to install mesh on top. Okay. And we're using stainless steel screws because when you use the steel or the gutter screws, after about 6 months they'll be all rusty. So the stainless steel screws is a better fit, and you can reuse them and then save you money in the long run of trying to replace. And if the birds attack and tear these up to get to the water, you can always replace it with another piece, and it'd be easy to change out.
We did also add a little bit of extra hot glue once this was cut off the main piece, because it's just tacked on. So quick, easy, add a little extra glue just to help keep the screen down. The mesh part. 4 screws and it's on. And the lid is complete.
Now, one thing to remember when you're doing water barrels, if you have more than one, number them, because the ring will not match. They match only the barrel it came off of. So keep that in mind when you're working with your water barrels. Okay, so next we're going to get into is we're going to go ahead and do the bottom, which takes, that one's what, 1.5 inches, is it?
I don't know what the big one is.
This is 1.5 inches, and we're going to take and we're going to put that down at the bottom. Now, some water barrels you get, this might be rounded down at this end. If it's not flat like this, then make sure you put it on the flat surface of your water barrel. That way you keep a solid seal. And we're using rubber gaskets and with the kit, so we won't have to use anything else other than tighten it up. So the gasket's going to do the work.
And if your kit only comes with one gasket, just go to your local hardware store with the gasket it comes with to get a second one. That way you have one on the inside, one on the outside.
All right. So, all right. The next thing you want to do is pretty much find your 90-degree point. And a lot of times you have these handles that they use to pick up. You can use that as to store.
You can also do it right on a seam if you have a seam.
Right, it doesn't matter with these barrels.
Am I crawling in today?
I guess you are.
So if you are a long enough person, you can put this up on a table, reach in, and push this through. I'm not quite that long. So I'm going to crawl in, push this up, and he's going to meet me.
Now on this particular kit, these are left-handed threads, so it goes the opposite direction of what you would think to tighten. And there's a reason for it with this kit, because the valve that goes on will go clockwise instead of counterclockwise. All right. So, and the kit also comes with the particular straight-through valve that you can see through, and it has a threaded adapter that takes any standard hose. Then you put your Teflon tape on. After you get your Teflon tape on, you just tighten it up. And when you get it hand tight, I usually just take the adjustable wrench and
The pipe or the regular?
the regular adjustable. Adjustable wrench, and just give it, after you get it hand tight, just give it a quarter turn and you'll be good to go. Next, you'll be putting on the valve to your the adapter you just put on the rain barrel. And
Do
that's,
you need this guy or not?
we're going to use the plumber's wrench here. And that's all she needs. It's all nice and tight, and it's ready to become a rain barrel. Next, when you're doing your rain barrel next, the next thing you need to know is where you're going to put your rain barrel under your house, whether it's going to be drained to the right of the house or to the left of the house, to the right of the house. For this example, we're just going to put it on the right side, and whoever buys the barrel, well, they'll. So go ahead and drill for this purpose. This is for your runoff.
And I'm doing it 90 degrees from the valve. So the valve's about where his hand is, so I'm going 90 degrees from there.
Okay.
Pop that little bit extra.
All right. Then put in your adapter. You put on this adapter kit. This particular one comes with dual gaskets, so you don't have to go find a second gasket. And this is your standard, right? You need the wrench. And again, you just give it a little bit of a tweak to set the gasket, no more. And then you put, this is a 5/8 to 1/2 inch threaded barb. And that will take any standard hose to slide up on there. You just put your Teflon tape on and then thread it on in. And look, that came loose a little bit. We'll just straighten that up a little bit. There. And that is the completion. Now, as far as your runoff hose, you could do one of two things. You might want it short, or you might use it to run it back into your garden or to another garden, and you can slide it in and cut it to length. This one's cut to about 6 feet, and it just slides right on there. You don't even need a hose clamp. It's tight enough that it grips enough that you have a completed rain barrel. Once your top is on, you're all set, ready to go. And now we have a completed rain barrel. One of the things about rain barrels, you want to make sure you put them off the ground. One, makes it easier to fill your containers, and you also get to have a little head pressure to water your garden with the hose. And that's really all there is to it. As you saw earlier, we built the rain barrel. This is a completed rain barrel, and as you can see, we've stacked it up off the ground, so that allows you to get, if you wanted to fill up a container, you could fill up a container off the valve. I have this one set up so I can run the water into the garden off the drain off hose. As you can see, there's still some water in there. And I also made it so I added this hose on here with just a on-off valve that will allow me to walk over, and I can just drag it out and put the water across all the plants instead of carrying a container. So that's one of the purposes of a rain barrel. Saves you water, saves you time, and it's free. All free, no bills. That's a good day, and that's what rain barrels do for us here at this house. Thank you for joining us today.